Okay, finally got these guys posed, so we'll take a look at one by one. First, the clone trooper on the speeder bike, lance speeder bike, whatever I call it. This is the best pose I could come up with because I wanted to see that he's able, it's actually positioned pretty good for them to grab the handlebars here, at least on one side. But the other hand, if he needed to be free to hold a weapon, in this case I wanted him to use the lance. Let me see if I can zoom up better. Here too. I see the handlebars goes right, pretty much right in the same space as that. So that was kind of tricky to work that, but this is the best I could do, is fit it kind of in between, so that otherwise I didn't want to put that handlebar down or roll it back. And just to get it out of the way, I wanted it to be at least in same position as this, but he's holding the lance, and I had to just, you can see, angle his hand out a bit, otherwise it'd be kind of closer to his face. I wanted it to be a bit more away and not as quite as centered into the middle, so as out as possible. Of course, he can't actually hold his hands like outboard of of the speeder bike, as it probably would normally. Probably hold it more underhanded, to be honest. But there's no way to do it really underhanded. It's just gonna, all this is going to hit this, and I can't raise it any higher. You don't need to do that. Otherwise, I mean, I could raise it so that, like in the early episode, early part of it, when they're coming in, all the lenses are raised at first, and they only when they speed up for attack that they start all simultaneously start to drop the lance forward towards the enemy as they're charging each other. And so I don't know, just the way he has to hold it, the Lego hands, it would have been, I don't know, kind of up high, just awkward. And this is the best I could do. Otherwise, I didn't want to angle the hands outwards to try to get it out more. I don't think that's going to necessarily help. And as you know, the angle of the Lego hands is kind of weird. When you start rotating it, it's not what you think. It'll start kind of going a slightly different direction than you would think. It's not as simple as just rotating it and it'll just come out more. It'll actually angle out more, I think, or is it in? Either way, not really looking for that. But yeah, that's the best I could do with this. And I think this looks good like this. And we'll take a look at Obi-Wan. I want to put in the same pose as the clone trooper with the lance, even though he does start off with his full helmet on and everything with the lance. Just wanted to do something a little different here. So I wanted him to use his lightsaber. So this is actually, I think, I gotta rewatch the episode, but when you first does a charge against what's his name? Dirge. And then they both have lances, and they, I don't forget if they hit each other or they both lances hit each other, and they break, and then they both have to discard it, and then that's where he whips out the lightsaber. But then I forget if his helmet comes off during that charge and when that lance broke, and that's when you whipped it out. But whatever, I mean, I'll go at it like this, because you don't often see Obi-Wan with his helmet on from the Clone Wars, so most of the other Lego figures are typically, Obi-Wan doesn't typically have a helmet on. So I just wanted to keep this on just to show that. And this is how he looks like. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. I can give you a wider angle. And that's the best I could do with his lightsaber as well. And try to keep the handlebars in basically the same spot without being, moving it off too much. You don't want it to be all positioned weird and say, okay, just for the sake of the lightsaber, I think this works fine. There's a pose he has where, his arm is out with the lightsaber really wide out, and just kind of, yeah, but there's no way that the Lego figures can, articulate the arms outward like that. So I don't know. It's the best you can do, and I think as a whole, let me go down. Take the camera here. Let's go down. And look at like this. That looks pretty cool. I think that'll work. This would be pretty cool as a battle pack if they ever think to redo the Clone Wars, at least animated. They'll only touch a small bit of the animated one, such as when they have the Anakin's Azure Angel, his special starfighter that he has it with it's almost like Plo Koon's with the blue and the stripes, but he has the extra engines in the front, right, and some extra cannons on the wingtips, as well as wider extra wingtips all around. And I'm sure there's maybe something else, but I can't think of it right now. I mean, technically, I guess you can say the V19 Torrent was also introduced during the Clone Wars, and they had that in the animated one actually, and so and they did have one of these earlier several years back. But anyways, yeah, this would be pretty cool battle pack. How much would this cost? 2025 going in 2026. I mean, they're easily over $20, or at least in the mid. Something like this should have been normally in a $20 range. I mean, the one with Cobb Vanth and Cad Bane that's coming out, right? They both, actually, Cad Bane doesn't have a speeder, but he does. Cobb Vanth, and you get two figures, and there's it's not even a playset, is there? I thought they said there was supposed to be some other side build, but that's already it's going to be $35 when it comes out on January 1st, 2026. And so, something like this, I can imagine being at least as much. But then again, they have Grogu and Mando on a speeder bike. That's basically it, I think. I don't think there's anything else with that set, that little thing. And that's going to be $10, which is great. So, I don't know, yeah. If they are thinking about rethinking their price structure for these smaller, packs or minifigure or two, somewhere between 30 something and 10, I guess $20-ish or so, which would be about right if they be nice. But yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. Back you, and I think this turned out pretty nice and pretty much what I was hoping for. Again, there are some inaccuracies or differences in the way certain the details look like compared to the cartoon, but overall I think this sells and looks like, if you know the cartoon, that episode I'm talking about, then this pretty much works pretty nicely. Now it would be cool to do the reverse, get a set of speeder bikes switch from the opposite side with Dirge and the assassin droids that he has. I think there are assassin droids or something close to it that you can get, if not Lego or maybe some customs. I think I've seen it, but a Dirge, I've looked for one, and I don't think anybody's actually done Dirge in Lego form. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if they could do that, and then I can have another one coming in from this side, just to quickly recreate that scene a bit, and that would be cool. But I'm happy with just getting this right now. I've been thinking, trying to complete this for a while, and finally all the parts came in. For a while, one little bag of stuff that I still was holding back on, that was holding me from completing this, was seemingly, I thought it was MIA. It was supposed to come out like 5 days ago, and another shipment of parts that I got from Bricklink came not nearly as long, about 4 days ago, and they almost left the same last facility in Colorado about the same time. And like, what the heck happened to the other one? And finally, this showed up as being out for delivery today. It is, I don't know, it's weird. Oh, I did make a little goof up. These parts right here, they're supposed to be the ones with the holes in it. I guess the guy that was helping me at the brick store didn't just thought these were regular ones, or did I? No, I think he put it, or maybe I did. I can't remember. But luckily, I had the ones with the holes in it, like some extra parts from previous Lego builds or sets, and so I was able to do that because I needed it for right at the tip of the lance. Like it would go right here, and I was thinking, wait a minute, these aren't going to work. They're solid, and I think they're pretty sure this needs to run right through it, and it does. And I was going to try to push. I did try to push that point of that stick, I guess, out a bit more to give it slightly more of a point, but it just didn't want to go, or maybe I wasn't pushing right or hard enough. And I said, that's fine. This works plenty well as it is. So yeah, that's it. Just babbling on, but I'm just doing this for fun and just sharing just things that tickle my brain, as the current challenging suggests, just for entertainment and just living my younger days a bit in some ways, and just having fun, because life is very serious these days with work and other things I got to deal with in life. And so you need these things to, at least I do, to just kick back and just escape for a bit. And yeah, maybe you guys have your own thing that you do to do that as well, but this is one of the things I like to do, as you can see with the various boats back there, and some other ones over here. Anyways, that's about it. So thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful or interest to you. Yep. Guess we'll see what I do next. I think, I don't know, I want to maybe start, if I can't get any builds going, I maybe start like another thing of like kind of a show and tell. Just I'll pick something that I have and just talk about it, just to get some content up and stuff, and just share my thoughts on some things that I've been buying and to collect here and there, and why I think it's cool, and all that, just for the heck of it. Yeah, that's it. Later. Thanks. Bye.